This video follows two recent Aldi warnings I posted this weekend. What's happening at Aldi is also happening at other discount stores. If you are over 60 and shop at Dollar General, Family Dollar, or Dollar Tree, this video could save your life.
It's Family Dollar and parent company Dollar Tree Incorporated for violations of the Arkansas Deceptive Trade Practices Act.
That is not an exaggeration. That is not clickbait designed to scare you. What I am about to show you involves federal investigations, criminal charges, contaminated medications, rodent infestations, blocked emergency exits, and violence statistics that will shock you to your core. These three discount chains have been hiding secrets that put their most loyal customers at serious risk. Seniors shopping on fixed incomes, retirees carefully stretching Social Security checks, grandparents buying essentials for their families. You deserve the truth about what is really happening inside those familiar stores with the bright signs and low prices. Before we go any further, I need you to understand something critically important. The discount store industry has exploded across America. Dollar General alone operates more than 19,000 stores nationwide. Family Dollar has approximately 8,000 locations. Dollar Tree adds thousands more. Combined, these three chains have placed stores within 5 miles of approximately 75% of the American population. For seniors living on Social Security, pensions, or fixed retirement income, these stores feel like a lifeline. Prices seem lower than traditional grocery stores. Locations are convenient. The promise of savings is constant. That promise of savings comes at a hidden cost. And that cost might be your health, your safety, or even your very life. Let me show you exactly what federal investigators have discovered about these three major chains. What you learn in the next few minutes will fundamentally change how you think about discount shopping. The fire trap. Imagine you are shopping in your local Dollar General. Maybe you are picking up some pain relievers, a few canned goods, some cleaning supplies. Routine trip. You have done it dozens of times. Now imagine a fire breaks out, or an armed robbery, or any emergency that requires you to exit the building immediately. Can you get out? Federal investigators with the Occupational Safety and Health Administration have been asking that question at Dollar General stores across America for years. And the answer, documented in hundreds of inspection reports, is terrifying. Since 2017, OSHA has conducted more than 240 inspections at Dollar General stores nationwide. What they found was so consistently dangerous that the agency did something unprecedented. They placed Dollar General on the Severe Violator Enforcement Program. This designation is reserved for companies that have demonstrated, in OSHA's own words, indifference to worker safety through repeated willful violations. Dollar General became the first company in America to receive this designation for retail store violations. What exactly were inspectors finding? Emergency exits blocked by merchandise so completely that employees could not open the doors. Fire extinguishers buried behind so many boxes that they were completely inaccessible. Electrical panels obstructed so thoroughly that they could not be accessed in an emergency, creating potential for electrical fires that could not be stopped. Aisles so cluttered with unshelved products that navigating the store became dangerous even under normal circumstances. Boxes stacked so high and unstably that they could collapse and strike anyone walking by without warning. In Dayton, Ohio, OSHA inspectors found exit routes completely blocked at multiple stores. In Tampa, Florida, they discovered stores operating without working employee restrooms and sewer drains left uncovered, creating tripping hazards. In Alabama, merchandise was piled so dangerously that workers faced serious risk of being struck by falling products. In Georgia, inspectors found electrical panels blocked and the store's only emergency exit door completely inaccessible. In Florida, rolling containers full of merchandise blocked emergency exits, creating fire and entrapment hazards that endangered everyone inside. The pattern was not occasional. It was systematic. Store after store after store showed the same dangerous conditions. Between January 2017 and July 2024, OSHA assessed Dollar General more than $26 million in proposed safety-related penalties, $26 million in fines, more than 240 failed inspections, and still the violations continued. In one OSHA press release, the agency stated bluntly, After more than 200 failed inspections, Dollar General cannot claim that they misunderstand federal safety requirements. At this point, we can only conclude that they choose to continue exposing their employees to hazardous conditions. They choose to continue. Those blocked exits do not just endanger employees, they endanger you. Every customer in that store faces the same fire risk, the same entrapment hazard, the same inability to escape quickly in an emergency. For seniors who may have mobility challenges, who may move more slowly, who may need clear pathways to exit safely, these conditions are especially dangerous. A store that looks normal during a routine shopping trip becomes a death trap the moment something goes wrong. In July 2024, Dollar General finally agreed to pay $12 million to settle federal safety violations. But even that settlement came with a disturbing caveat. The company must now correct these hazards within 48 hours of discovery or face fines of $100,000 per day, up to $500,000 maximum. Why would a settlement need to specify daily penalties for future violations? Because even federal regulators apparently do not trust Dollar General to actually fix the problem. The next danger is even more personal. It involves the products you are putting in your body. Contaminated medications and toxic products. Seniors are among the most frequent purchasers of over-the-counter medications, pain relievers, antacids, allergy medicines, sleep aids, products that seem safe because they are sold at every pharmacy in America. But what if the versions sold at discount stores are not actually safe? In November 2019, the FDA issued a formal warning letter to Dollar Tree for receiving and selling potentially unsafe drugs. The letter detailed how Dollar Tree had been purchasing over-the-counter medications from foreign manufacturers that had already received FDA warning letters for serious violations. These were not minor technical issues. The FDA found that manufacturers supplying Dollar Tree's assured brand of medications were not testing raw materials or finished drugs for pathogens and quality. Some manufacturers had falsified test results. Others had facilities contaminated with rodent feces. Rodent feces in facilities manufacturing the medications you put in your body. The FDA placed these manufacturers on import alert, which is designed to prevent potentially dangerous products from entering the United States. But Dollar Tree continued purchasing from them anyway. The company knew about the warning letters. The FDA had notified them directly. They kept importing and selling the products. According to the FDA warning letter, the products involved included Dollar Tree's assured brand over-the-counter drugs, as well as other drug products sold at both Dollar Tree and Family Dollar stores. Donald Ashley, director of the Office of Compliance in the FDA's Center for Drug Evaluation and Research, stated, Dollar Tree has the ultimate responsibility to ensure that it does not sell potentially unsafe drugs and other FDA-regulated products to Americans. We will remain vigilant in our efforts to protect the U.S. public from companies who put the health of Americans at risk. Put the health of Americans at risk. Those are the FDA's words, not mine. But contaminated medications are just part of the product safety nightmare at discount stores. In 2024, community testing organizations analyzed products sold at dollar stores and found alarming results. More than half of the products screened contained at least one concerning chemical, including BPA and PVC. Some products, including items marketed to children, contained lead, antimony, and bromine. Lead in products sold to families. At stores that market themselves as budget-friendly options for people who cannot afford to shop elsewhere. The FDA also issued a warning letter to Dollar Tree in June 2024 regarding lead-contaminated fruit puree pouches that had been recalled months earlier. Despite being notified of the recall in October 2023, Dollar Tree stores continued selling the contaminated products well into December. The FDA found recalled products still on store shelves more than 45 days after the company was officially notified. The agency stated in its warning letter, despite numerous attempts to bring this serious issue to your attention, your firm continued to offer adulterated apple cinnamon fruit puree pouches on store shelves, leaving children at risk of exposure to these adulterated products. 45 days. The company knew products on their shelves could poison children, and they kept selling them anyway. For seniors who rely on these stores for affordable medications and food products, this pattern raises a critical question. If Dollar Tree cannot effectively remove lead-contaminated products from their shelves after being warned repeatedly by federal regulators, what other dangerous products are sitting on those shelves right now? The third danger is so extreme that it resulted in criminal prosecution and the largest food safety penalty in American history: the rat infestation that poisoned 6 states. In February 2022, the FDA inspected a Family Dollar distribution center in West Memphis, Arkansas, following a consumer complaint. What they discovered inside that facility represents one of the most disturbing food safety failures in American retail history. Inspectors found live rodents, dead rodents in various states of decay, rodent feces and urine throughout the facility, evidence of gnawing on products, nesting materials, a putrid odor that pervaded the building, dead birds and bird droppings, products stored in conditions that provided no protection against contamination. After fumigating the facility, more than 1,100 dead rodents were recovered. 1,100 dead rats and mice in a single facility that was shipping products to stores where families shop for food and medicine. But the horror did not stop there. A review of Family Dollar's own internal records revealed that the company had collected more than 2,300 rodents from that facility between March and September of 2021. That is an average of more than 11 rodents captured every single day for 6 months. The infestation was not new. The company had known about it for at least a year before the FDA inspection. They had been catching rats daily, and they kept shipping products anyway. The FDA inspection document, obtained through public records requests, revealed specific details that should disturb anyone who has ever shopped at Family Dollar. Rats were observed climbing up rack scaffolding and through a pallet containing potato chips in cardboard cases. Rodent droppings were found too numerous to count near food products, including Jell-O packages, cans of herring, and an open bag of popcorn. Inspectors detected a putrid odor in rooms that had supposedly been cleared. Rodent nesting materials and significant gnawings were found throughout the facility, including bags of products that had been chewed open. The products from this rat-infested warehouse had been shipped to more than 400 Family Dollar stores across 6 states: Alabama, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, and Tennessee. Family Dollar was forced to temporarily close all 404 affected stores and issue a massive voluntary recall covering all drugs, medical devices, cosmetics, dietary supplements, and human and animal food products that had been shipped from that facility since January 2021. The FDA's Associate Commissioner for Regulatory Affairs stated, "No one should be subjected to products stored in the kind of unacceptable conditions that we found in this Family Dollar distribution facility. These conditions appear to be violations of federal law that could put families' health at risk." But the story gets worse. It emerged that Family Dollar had known about the presence of rats in that warehouse since at least January 2020. More than 2 years before the FDA inspection. The company chose not to disclose this information to consumers, but continued to profit from sales of goods that may have been contaminated. The state of Arkansas sued Family Dollar for consumer fraud, alleging that the company's misconduct allowed them to maximize profits while causing Arkansas citizens to purchase hazardous, adulterated, and contaminated products. In February 2024, Family Dollar pleaded guilty to a federal misdemeanor charge of causing FDA-regulated products to become adulterated while held under insanitary conditions. The company was ordered to pay $41.675 million. This fine represents the largest ever monetary criminal penalty involving a food safety case in American history. Let me repeat that, the largest food safety criminal penalty ever. And it went to a company that many seniors trust for their everyday shopping needs. For seniors with weakened immune systems, rodent-contaminated products pose special dangers. Salmonella infection, which can be transmitted through contact with rodent contamination, is particularly severe in adults over age 65. The CDC recommends antibiotics for any infected person over 65 or over 50 if underlying health conditions like heart disease are present. The products you bought at Family Dollar might have been stored in a warehouse overrun with rats, and the company knew about it for 2 years before anyone stopped them. The violence epidemic nobody talks about. Everything we have discussed so far involves product safety and store conditions, but there is another danger at discount stores that affects customers directly, and it is happening with disturbing frequency across America. Since 2014, approximately 149 people have been killed and nearly 400 people injured in violent incidents at dollar store chains. According to data from the Gun Violence Archive, these are not just statistics. These are mothers and fathers, grandparents, community members, people who walked into a store expecting to buy groceries and never walked out. At Dollar General specifically, 49 people have been killed and 172 people injured since 2014. A CNN investigation found that at least 6 Dollar General employees died during armed robberies between 2016 and 2020 alone. These employees were not security guards. They were cashiers, stock clerks, people earning near minimum wage who were put in harm's way by inadequate security measures. In Dayton, Ohio, police were called to 86 robberies at just 7 Dollar General stores between 2016 and 2019. Dollar General robberies accounted for 29% of all commercial robberies in the entire city in 2019. The police department described the situation as overwhelming. Almost 1/3 of all business robberies in a major American city happened at one chain's stores. Think about that for a moment. Why are discount stores so vulnerable to violent crime? Security experts and law enforcement officials point to several interconnected factors. Thin staffing means fewer witnesses and fewer people to call for help during an incident. High cash transaction volumes make the stores attractive targets for armed robbers. Low-quality security cameras that are poorly placed provide limited deterrence and make identification of criminals difficult. Cluttered aisles and blocked exits make escape difficult for both employees and customers when violence erupts, and the store's presence in economically distressed neighborhoods, often as the only retail option available for miles, concentrates criminal activity in locations where residents have no alternatives. For seniors shopping alone, these factors create genuine personal safety risks. You might be the only customer in a store with a single employee. If something happens, help may not arrive quickly. Why this matters more for seniors. Everything in this video affects all shoppers, but seniors face unique vulnerabilities that make these dangers especially serious. Mobility challenges mean blocked exits pose greater risks. Older adults may not be able to navigate cluttered aisles quickly or step over obstacles in an emergency. Weakened immune systems mean contaminated products pose greater health threats. Food poisoning that a younger person might survive can be fatal for someone over 65. Reliance on over-the-counter medications means exposure to adulterated drugs is more likely. Seniors purchase more over-the-counter medications than any other demographic. Fixed incomes mean these stores often feel like the only affordable option. The pressure to save money can override safety concerns. Social isolation means seniors may shop alone more often, increasing vulnerability to crime. The discount store industry knows their customer base. They know seniors shop at their stores, and yet the conditions documented in federal investigations persist. I am not telling you to never shop at discount stores again. For many people on fixed incomes, these stores remain important resources for stretching limited budgets. The reality of living on Social Security or a modest pension means every dollar matters, but you can shop smarter and safer with the right information and strategies. First, always identify the emergency exits when you enter any store. Take a moment when you walk through those automatic doors to scan the store layout. If exits are blocked or aisles are too cluttered to navigate safely, leave immediately and report the conditions to local fire marshals. Your report could save someone's life. Second, avoid purchasing over-the-counter medications at discount stores whenever possible. The FDA warnings about potentially unsafe drugs at Dollar Tree and the contamination issues at Family Dollar make this category particularly risky. Generic medications at traditional pharmacies like CVS, Walgreens, or your local grocery store pharmacy are often similarly priced and subject to more rigorous supply chain oversight. The few cents you might save are not worth the risk of adulterated medications. Third, check recall databases before consuming food products purchased at discount stores. The FDA maintains a searchable database of all current food recalls at fda.gov. Given the documented failures of these chains to remove recalled products from shelves even after repeated warnings, you cannot assume that just because something is for sale, it is safe to consume. Fourth, be aware of your surroundings when shopping. If a store seems understaffed, unusually crowded, or you feel uncomfortable for any reason, trust your instincts and leave immediately. No savings are worth your personal safety. Pay attention to who else is in the store and where the exits are located. Fifth, consider alternatives carefully. Walmart, Aldi, and traditional grocery stores often have competitive prices on staple items. Dollar stores are not always the cheapest option, especially when you factor in the hidden costs of smaller package sizes and lower quality products. Do the math on unit prices before assuming discount stores offer real savings. Sixth, shop with a companion whenever possible. Having another person with you provides both safety and a witness in case anything goes wrong. If you must shop alone, tell someone where you are going and when you expect to return. Seventh, share this information with other seniors in your life. Many people have no idea about the federal investigations, criminal charges, and safety violations documented in this video. Knowledge is the first step toward protection. Forward this video to your friends, family members, church groups, and senior centers. The discount store industry generates billions of dollars in annual revenue. Dollar Tree reported projected sales exceeding $30 billion for 2024. Dollar General operates the largest chain of dollar stores in America and employs more than 170,000 people. These are not struggling businesses making difficult choices to survive. These are Fortune 500 companies making deliberate decisions about how much to invest in safety, cleanliness, and product quality. When OSHA finds blocked emergency exits at more than 240 stores, that is not bad luck. That is a business model that prioritizes profit over safety. When the FDA warns about contaminated medications and the company keeps importing them, that is not an oversight. That is a calculation about acceptable risk to customers. When a warehouse infested with more than 2,300 rodents continues shipping products for months, that is not negligence. That is a corporate culture that values revenue over everything else. The fines tell the story. $26 million in OSHA penalties, $41.7 million for the rat infestation, millions more in settlements and legal fees. These companies treat penalties as a cost of doing business. They factor them into their financial projections. They pay them and continue operating the same way. For seniors living on fixed incomes, the cruel irony is this. The stores that market themselves as affordable options for people who cannot afford to shop elsewhere are the same stores cutting corners on safety and quality. The customers who can least afford to get sick from contaminated products are being sold the riskiest products. The shoppers with the greatest mobility challenges are shopping in the most cluttered, dangerous stores. This is not serving communities. This is exploiting them. The information in this video is disturbing. I understand if you feel angry or betrayed or simply exhausted by yet another institution that has let you down. After a lifetime of working hard and playing by the rules, you deserve better than stores that put your health and safety at risk. But knowledge is power. Now you know what federal investigators have found. Now you know about the criminal charges, the massive fines, the contaminated products, the dangerous conditions. Now you can make informed decisions about where you shop and what risks you are willing to accept. Discount stores are not inherently evil. The concept of providing affordable products to people on limited budgets is genuinely valuable and fills a real need in communities across America. But the execution by these three major chains has been catastrophically poor. They have repeatedly demonstrated through their actions, through failed inspections, through ignored warnings, through criminal convictions, that customer safety is simply not their priority. You deserve better. Seniors who worked their entire lives, who raised families, who served their communities, and who are now living on fixed incomes deserve stores that do not put their health and safety at risk for the sake of corporate profits and shareholder returns. Until these companies demonstrate genuine commitment to change, not just press releases and settlement agreements, but actual sustained improvement in store conditions and product safety that can be independently verified. Every trip to a discount store carries risks that shoppers should clearly understand before walking through those doors. Consider yourself officially warned. Now share this critical truth with everyone you care about. Subscribe for more important videos, exposing what major retailers desperately do not want you to know. Share this critically important video with every senior in your life who deserves to hear the truth about where they shop. The next video reveals which grocery stores truly have the best safety records and genuinely serve their communities well.